How should we treat friends and acquaintances of non-traditional orientation who do not hide it? After all, we have no right to judge, but it's also difficult to react calmly, of course. I'll just broaden the question. Assume, how should we treat people of non-traditional orientations? And how should we treat alcoholics, drug addicts? They're also not quite traditional, right, in their own way. And how should we treat a very sweet, religious grandmother who regularly goes to church and constantly badmouths and criticizes all her neighbors? A kind granny so very sweet, a believer very devout. And how to regard priests who give good sermons, about fasting for example, and yet grow bellies no smaller than mine. To those who steal and do it openly and without shame. How to relate all these questions? There will be one answer. We Orthodox give a clear judgment on the action, none, and we never judge the person. Fight against drunkenness. They are drunks. It's drug addiction. We condemn drugs, drug addiction, but not the person suffering from addiction. We do not judge the debauched person or the thief. We judge debauchery and theft. We judge the act of sin, not the person committing the sin. That's the first thing. And how to treat sinners? Well, there's nothing to ask here. A scripture says, love your neighbor, not with respect, not with patience, but only with one quality, the most sincere love for any person. And this apparent contradiction is resolved by this. We make a clear judgment on the action, but we love the person. It's like a true doctor. Here is a doctor working in some infectious disease department. A patient is brought to him, covered in sores, in abscesses, but he cannot love these abscesses. No, but the person, he fights for his health. He treats him, tries to heal him in every possible way. That's how we treat people. We give clear assessment to the sin, but not to the sinner, and we try to cure a person afflicted by any sin from the illness, if possible, with a word of love, a prayer of love, and an act of love. This is how Orthodox Christians act.